In the grand theater of history, we often see presidents as powerful figures, etched in our minds through black and white photos, delivering speeches and signing laws. We remember their policies, their political triumphs, and their public persona. But behind the seal of the presidency, behind the stoic expressions, lies a human being with a story often left untold. Today, we peel back the layers of history to uncover the profound and heartbreaking personal tragedy of the Philippines' sixth president, Elpidio Quirino. This is a story not of politics, but of unimaginable loss and the quiet strength of a man who served his country while nursing a wound that would never fully heal. Before he became a statesman, Elpidio Quirino was a husband and a father. He married Alicia Sequia in 1921, a beautiful and gentle woman from a prominent family. Their union was one of genuine affection, and together they built a loving home. They were blessed with 5 children: Tomas, Armando, Norma, Victoria, and Fee Angela. Their life was a picture of happiness, filled with the laughter and warmth of a growing family. Quirino was a doting father, balancing his rising political career with his duties at home. He envisioned a future where he would watch his children grow, marry, and have families of their own. But fate, in its cruelest form, had a different, devastating plan. The year was 1945. The Second World War was reaching its brutal climax in the Pacific. Manila, once hailed as the Pearl of the Orient, was about to become the stage for one of the most savage battles of the war, the battle for the liberation of Manila. As American forces advanced to reclaim the city from Japanese occupiers, the civilian population was caught in a horrifying crossfire. The Quirino family, like thousands of others, was trapped in the inferno. They were residing in their home on Colorado Street in Ermita when the chaos erupted. The city became a war zone, with artillery shells raining down and street-to-street fighting turning neighborhoods into killing fields. Seeking refuge, the Quirino family decided to make a desperate dash for safety. It was February 9, 1945, a day that would forever be seared into Elpidio Quirino's memory. As they attempted to cross a street, a hail of machine gun fire erupted. In a single horrifying moment, the world as Quirino knew it was shattered. His beloved wife, Alicia, was struck down, dying instantly. Alongside her, 3 of their children met the same tragic fate: the promising young Armando, the sweet Norma, and their youngest, the infant Fee Angela. Quirino himself was wounded, but the physical pain was nothing compared to the cataclysmic agony of witnessing his family being decimated before his very eyes. Imagine the scene: a man, a husband, a father, holding the lifeless bodies of his wife and children amidst the deafening sounds of war, the smell of smoke, and the screams of the dying. In that moment, he wasn't a politician or a future president. He was simply a man whose heart had been ripped from his chest. His son, Tomas, was also hit but miraculously survived. His daughter, Victoria, who was not with them during that fateful crossing, also survived the battle. But the family was irrevocably broken. Quirino had lost his partner in life and 3 of his precious children in the blink of an eye. The joy and laughter that once filled his home were replaced by an echoing, deafening silence. In the aftermath of the war, as Manila lay in ruins, Quirino had to rebuild his life from the rubble, both literally and emotionally. The man who had just endured the ultimate personal loss was called upon to help rebuild a nation. He carried this immense private grief with him as he ascended to the highest office in the land. When he became president in 1948, the Filipino people saw a leader. What they didn't see was the grieving husband and father who had to navigate the immense pressures of the presidency while carrying the ghosts of his past. This is where his daughter, Victoria, stepped into an extraordinary role. Only a teenager at the time, she became the official First Lady of the Philippines, stepping into the shoes of her tragically departed mother. At an age when most girls are concerned with school and friendships, Victoria, or Vicky as she was affectionately called, had to host state dinners, meet foreign dignitaries, and manage the social affairs of the Malacagang Palace. She became her father's rock, a living reminder of the family they had lost and the bond they still shared. Her grace and maturity at such a young age were a quiet testament to the resilience of their shattered family. She brought a glimmer of youth and hope to a presidential household marked by profound sorrow. President Quirino rarely, if ever, spoke publicly about his family's tragic fate. He channeled his pain into his work, focusing on the monumental task of post-war reconstruction. His administration was dubbed the father of the industrialization of the Philippines. He established central banks, hydroelectric plants, and championed economic development, trying to build a new, prosperous future for the country, perhaps as a way to honor the future that was stolen from his own family. He poured his energy into creating a nation where no family would have to endure what is had. It was a silent, personal mission fueled by an unspeakable pain. But how does a person truly cope with such a loss? It's said that Quirino carried a deep melancholy for the rest of his life. Those close to him knew of the sadness that lay just beneath his formal exterior. The presidency, with its constant demands and public scrutiny, was perhaps both a distraction and a heavy burden. While he worked to heal a wounded nation, his own wounds remained open. He never remarried. The memory of Alicia and his children was a sacred, sorrowful space in his heart that he kept to himself. Years later, long after his presidency, Quirino's story of loss found a measure of incredible grace. In a profound act of forgiveness that astounds to this day, he granted executive clemency to the remaining Japanese war criminals who were imprisoned in the Philippines. In 1953, despite immense public and political opposition, President Quirino pardoned them, allowing them to return to Japan. People were shocked. How could the man who lost his wife and 3 children to Japanese forces forgive his family chess aggressors? His reasoning was a testament to his character. He explained that he was doing it for future generations, to heal the wounds of war and to restore the goodwill and friendship between the 2 countries. He acted not from a place of political calculation, but from a deep, personal understanding of suffering. He knew that harboring hatred would not bring his family back, and that forgiveness was the only path toward true peace, not just for the nation, but perhaps for his own soul. It was the ultimate act of a statesman and a father, turning his personal tragedy into a lesson of magnanimity for the world. Elpidio Quirino's life is a powerful reminder that our leaders are not just political figures. They are human beings who love, grieve, and endure. His story is one of unimaginable pain, but it is also a story of resilience, duty, and extraordinary forgiveness. He served his country with distinction, all while carrying a silent sorrow that few could comprehend. He rebuilt a nation while his own world lay in ruins. And in his final act of pardon, he taught us that the greatest strength is not found in power, but in grace. The next time you see a portrait of President Elpidio Quirino, look beyond the statesman. See the husband who lost his love, the father who mourned his children, and the leader who turned his immense personal pain into a legacy of peace and forgiveness. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey into a lesser-known chapter of history. If this story moved you, please give this video a like and consider subscribing to our channel for more untold stories. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. We'll see you in the next video.